AI is all the rage right now. Today, I'm going to jump into 5 tools that I am using to help you in your business. Hi, I'm Tim. I have bought businesses, real estate, and continue to grow my businesses. And I started this channel to help you, whether it's buying a business, buying real estate, or just learning about running a business so that you can improve and we can both learn together. AI has become a super hot topic lately. That is because it is taking over everything. Not really, but it seems to be everywhere. Everybody's talking about it. And I have been a regular user of it for over 2 years now, pretty much as soon as Chat GPT launched in November 22, I think it was. And I've increased my frequency of use immensely over the last couple of years. So here are 5 tools that I am using pretty regularly right now that I have actually found helpful. There's a lot of noise out there with AI. There's a lot of new tools. There's a lot of old software that is saying that they're incorporating AI into it. And that's all well and good. But if that tool is not actually saving you time right now, then don't use it. Wait till it gets better. But make sure you're staying up to date. Make sure you're trying new things constantly just to see how things are evolving and to stay on top of it. One of the things that I talk about when I'm talking to somebody about AI, and I have friends that say, I don't need AI. I'm not using AI. It's nonsense. It's not worth it. It's not going to be important. My analogy for AI right now is what the internet was in the mid-90s. There were people in the mid-90s that said that they would never use the internet, that they didn't see a need for it, that it was a passing fad. Those people probably can't get through a day nowadays without using the internet in some capacity. That is what AI is going to be, but it is going to be on a much faster timeline. It is happening already. So, the first tool that I already mentioned, Chat GPT, one of the OGs in the AI space. It is something just partially because it was one of the first ones that I started using, that I continue to use it on a daily basis. I am in Chat GPT. It is open on my laptop. It is open in my phone all the time. I use the voice system in my phone in the car. I have conversations with it. I put in questions on my computer all the time. I've explored Gemini, Claude, some of the other ones out there that do similar things. Nothing wrong with them. I have so much invested in ChatGPT at this point. It knows me very well. It knows things that I've asked in the past. It knows what I've written, all those different things. So it's easier for me to stick with it at this point. If I was starting fresh right now, I'd probably go with something like Gemini, which is Google's tool, because I use so many of Google's other software options. What do I use ChatGPT for? I use it to enhance my writing. Notice I said enhance. I don't use it to write things. I spend some time writing or talking to it and ask it to edit, ask it to make suggestions for improvements, for clarity. And even before I do that, I ask it to be a certain person or a certain type of profession. So if I am writing something to my tenants, I will ask it to be a professional landlord or a residential legal expert or a tenant themselves, to ask what the impression of this letter or this email is. And then I will put in what I've written, and it will give me suggestions for improvements, both in clarity and in grammar. You can also ask it to write, to change your writing based on a particular grade level. So whatever you write, you can say, can you rework this at a 4th grade reading level? Can you rework this at a PhD level reading level? And it will do that for you, give you those suggestions. Enhance my writing, not asking it to write for me. If I'm working on some social media stuff, I will say, please act as a social media expert or as a marketing expert in this field and give me suggestions for post topics on this and this. Or what do you think of a post about this? And let it give me feedback. It's great for brainstorming. So if you are thinking about a new business idea or you are getting into a new avenue of business, it will be a great brainstorm partner. Brainstorming is not so much fun on your own, but ChatGPT can bring it to life. You can ask it to be different people and help you brainstorm ideas. Ask it to act as a customer. Ask it to act as a vendor. Just throw different ideas at it and it will come up with some awesome lists of stuff for brainstorming. I also use it for double checking legal documents. So leases with tenants, non-disclosure agreements that I get sent for business. I'll put those into Chat GPT and ask if they see any redundancies, if it sees any room for vulnerability on my part, errors, omissions, and it will come back with different points and areas that I should focus on and double check. The second AI tool that I use pretty much daily is called Perplexity AI. This can be similar to ChatGPT. I know a lot of people are using ChatGPT as a search engine right now. Perplexity AI is what I call an answer engine. So instead of going to Google and saying, how do I fix my dryer? You can go to Perplexity and say, I have a Whirlpool dryer and it's doing X, Y, or Z. How do I fix it? And it will give you the answer. It doesn't give you a list of websites of where the answer might be. It just gives you the answer. And the best thing about it is it gives you citations. So links to where it is getting and compiling the information from. It doesn't usually only use one source. It uses multiple sources. So a little bit more trustworthy. One example was I had a question about an airline's baggage policy recently. So I asked Perplexity AI what the policy was on the checked luggage. It gave me an answer that I liked, and then I hovered over the citations. And just hovering over the citations, I could see the websites that it was pulling the information from. And none of those websites were the actual airline. And so that made me a little concerned. So I took a deeper dive and asked it to check the airline's website, and then it found a slightly different answer. It's not perfect, just like no AI tool is perfect right now, but it will give you an answer, and you can also kind of cross-check those citations and make sure that they're coming from reputable websites or relevant enough websites that you can trust the answers. And like I said, you can use ChatGPT to do that as well. It has gotten better and better at it. I've just been using Perplexity for a while now to do that, and so I stick with it for those purposes, especially for the citation purposes. The third AI tool that I'm using very regularly is called Opus Clip. What this tool does is takes a long format video and chops it into shorts. So 30-second to 90-second videos. Out of a 10, 20, 30-minute video, it will come up with a series of short videos that are perfect for Instagram Reels, TikTok, anywhere that you need to post short format video. It will rate the video clip based on its expected virality. It will tell you how good the hook is. It will caption the entire video. And it keeps improving with editability, so being able to make edits to the video as you go, change the starting point, change the ending point, clip out certain sections in the middle that get a little bit long. If you've seen any of my shorts on YouTube or any other social media, chances are they came from Opus Clip. Highly recommend it. It even has social posting. If you want to go that route as well, you can schedule all of your posting to the various social sites. Number 4 on my list of top AI tools that I'm using right now is Fireflies AI. This is a meeting minute taker. There's a couple other ones out there that do similar things. I just happen to like Fireflies. I have added it to my calendar in Google, and it knows to show up for every single online meeting that I do. So it automatically asks to join every one of my Google Meets and Zooms that I have in my calendar. And as long as I'm the host, I just admit it. But if I'm joining somebody else's meeting, they can admit it as well. Or a lot of times nowadays, I've seen people with their own. What this does is listens to the meeting. It takes minutes, takes notes. It does a pretty good job of weeding out the small talk at the beginning of the meeting. And then it highlights the important bullet points. And it even will highlight action items that each person is supposed to take. It figures out who else is in the meeting based on the names and says, Tim needs to do this. Josh needs to do this. And lays it all out there for you. It will even send me a reminder email before my meeting with somebody to get me prepped if it's somebody that I've met with in the past. Great tool for meetings. There is a free version that gets you pretty far, but you can also pay for if you're somebody that has constant meetings. One of the other great parts about this is that even if you can't make it to a meeting, it will go for you and still take the minutes and send them to you after the meeting. So you can get a quick summary probably long before any of your colleagues in the meeting tell you what happened. Last up on my top 5 AI tools that I'm using right now is a tool called Tango US. This is a great tool to make standard operating procedures, SOPs. If you do repetitive tasks on your computer that you are thinking about offloading to an assistant, to an employee, or you just want to document so that if you ever need to hand it off or somebody needs to know what you're doing in case you get hit by a bus, this is a great tool to do that. The Tango.us is made specifically for SOP creation. What it will do is if you open it up while you're doing work on your computer, is it will track every click that you make and create a step in a document of what you're doing. It will take a screenshot of where you are on the screen and what button or word or link that you're supposed to be clicking next. At the end, you have this whole document with step-by-steps of every click you made, and you can go in and edit the words around it. You can add, you can subtract, whatever you need to do. The free version allows you to work within one browser. There's paid versions where you can work across your entire laptop if you're switching documents for a particular task. As of now, the things are constantly changing. I've found with some of these AI tools, they start free and then they quickly start adding paid tiers to them. The sooner you can get in and try them out, the more exposure you'll have to really decide whether or not it's worth it to utilize it. Tons of AI tools out there right now. Be careful with what you expect out of them. None of them are perfect yet, but they all add a lot of value. So be sure to try them out, get your feet wet, make sure you're spending some time learning about these things. They are going to be so important for running your business in the future that you do not want to be left behind and behind the curve trying to catch up later on. I would love to hear what you're using. I am sure that there's plenty of tools out there that I haven't come across yet. So let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite tool right now? Or what other tools have you been using to run your business? Really appreciate your input as well. If you've used any of the 5 that I use and you like them or don't like them, please let me know in the comments below. It's a great time for discussion on all these different tools out there. Really look forward to hearing from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and tag a couple friends. This is a great way to get them started. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.